Hello there, how are you? Come on in. I know that you might not have been expecting me this week, but let me tell you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry about last Monday and then saying I mightn't be doing this for a while. I will explain. I'd been so busy and with the travelling and the back and the forth and the talking about myself and with the referendum and with stuff going on with Dad and everything, I just felt overwhelmed. And I'm telling you this so that you might find it useful. Last Sunday, I just wasn't able, and I started feeling really queer in the head. And I've told you before that when I feel queer in the head, I feel like I'm dreaming, or I start focusing or sort of fixating on man's inhumanity to man. And another thing that happens is that people start looking really ugly to me. And there is actually a physiological reason for that. Like when you are depressed, things like food doesn't taste nice because whatever bit of your brain that deals with your taste buds, it's like literally lowered, depressed. And the same with, your ability to kind of appreciate beauty, that goes down, so ugliness comes up. So these are kind of warning signs that I have learned. And I feel like such a sap even saying this, but I knew that I had to kind of stop as much as I could for a little while in order to kind of regroup. And I hate doing that because I feel like a right failure and a weakling. And I am a weakling. But it was a great thing to do. I had things to do on Sunday and things to do on Monday. And I cancelled them, and I hate cancelling anything because I love that feeling of being an adult and being dependable, being responsible and not letting people down. But ultimately, everyone's responsibility is to their own mental health first. So I cancelled the yokes, and I thought I was sort of down for, what did they say, out for the count. But I wasn't out for the count. I was only out for a couple of days. And then I think there was something in that feeling of like all the weight of responsibility had lifted off me, and then I came back to normal really quick. So do it if you can is what I'm saying here. That if you can, well, the thing is everybody can cancel something, because if you crack up and go mental, as I am prone to do, you can't do it anyway, and you have to let people down anyway. So if you do a mini little crack up and go slightly mental for a short amount of time, as I did, it might stave off a worser episode in going forward, which we don't say. So how do I feel? It's Sunday now. I'm feckin' roasting. I'm the only person. I'm finding it very humid, but it could be the anxiety. The referendum is just weighing very heavy on everyone. Anyone who cares. And sure, we'll see. Everybody is doing everything that they can. For example, wearing badges. For example, wearing, what would you call this? A pendant? A necklace that says yes. Now, can I ask you something? I spilt a bit of cucumber on my dress, and I'm wondering, is the stain obvious? Tell me if it is, and I'll get the dress cleaned. It's feckin' silk. What was I thinking? But if you can't really see it, then I won't bother. I've books to tell you about. Hold on there now. Now, this one I bought on the Kindles, so I can't actually show you an actual hard copy, but I'm going to show you the cover. Can you see there now? Can you see there himself? Is it a bit shiny? Okay, it's called Rock Bottom, and it's by a music journalist called Michael O'Dell, and I laughed so much. It's one of the funniest books I have ever read. It's about, well, it's sort of an account of him having a bit of a breakdown while he was interviewing the likes of Oasis and Slipknot, and oh my God, like, it was such a pleasure. You know those lovely belly laughs that make you feel better? Like, it was like that. But at the same time, he talks about his journey through psychotherapy and discovering stuff about himself, and it's very tender, it's very moving, and it's very interesting you know, in light of kind of modern masculinity and how suicide is the highest killer of young men, it's very timely. And I enjoyed it so much, and it does all the work for you. You know, it's a very easy read, and always that's used as a kind of a slight, not a slight at all. It's so well written and highly, highly, highly enjoyable. Hold on there now. Now, Holly Bourne, or Byrne, I'm not sure how we pronounce it. How Do You Like Me Now? She writes young adult novels, but this is an adult novel, and it's about a woman in her early 30s, and it is so good. It is so honest about being a woman, you know, and I suppose all the things that's expected of us. It's about a character who wrote a self-help book kind of by accident, and it's about the expectations people have about her now. I enjoyed it very much. I love reading about younger women in their 30s and 20s, and teens even, because it's just very interesting, and we're all on the same path. We're all wanting the same thing. So I think it'll be out soon. The 14th of June, that'll be soon. And Michael O'Dell's book has been out in hardback, but will be out in paperback on the 6th of June, I think. So you don't have to wait too long. Now, I am coming into a time of acute, extreme busyness, and I will be over and back and round and about and up and down. I'm going to Glasgow and Cardiff and Liverpool and Bath and Hay and London and in between London, and then himself and myself come back for a couple of days to Ireland, and then we're going on a cruise with his old woman. We're going on a cruise on some river. Have to check now. Is it the Danube? It's the Danube. I knew it was a Europey one. And we start in Hungary, and then we go to the Slovakia. I was going to call it the Slovak Republic. And apparently we get off the boat in Bratislava. But anybody who knows anything about me knows I will not be getting off the boat in Bratislava. I can explain. And then we go to Austria and Vienna. And then we go to Germany, and then we end up in Nuremberg. And then we fly home. And we are going because his old woman wants to. But I think it sounds nice. And I think I might try and do a diary like I did on the Antarctica, because I love the idea of cruises. Because you're trapped. Do you know, you are trapped with these people. And there's no fixed seatings at the dinners and stuff. So you have to talk to people. So it probably won't be as kind of stunning and beautiful and queer as Antarctica was, but still, it might be fun. And Daddy Keys is doing really well. Did I tell you, he's in a nursing home, which is literally up the road from me. It's literally 3 minutes walk. And you can visit them 24 hours a day because there's a code on the door, you see, and you can come and go as you please. So I can pop in. Like, I was down the town, I had to do a postal vote because I'll be away the day of the referendum, because I will be in London for the work, you see. And I was and you have to go to the cop shop in Ireland to do your postal vote. You can't just do it at home. It's very, 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 I don't know what the word is. You know, what is the word? Kind of officious. Would it be officious? Officious. You know, the guard has to see you do it and he has to stamp a yoke and all. And then I was coming back and I just popped in and we had a chat, and, you know, like, he was in good form then. But sometimes he wants to come home, and that's very sad. And it is very sad being in the house. Like, we were there on Friday, and normally he'd be sitting on his chair. And he's not there. But look, he's still alive. He's still with us. And let me tell you something. If you have an elderly sick person who is in the hospital and you don't think they're at death's door, fight for them. Because we did, you know. And Katrina was amazing. You know, she got, like, he wasn't able to drink because he was too weak and stuff. So she got him put on a water drip. And you know, now that the infections have passed and everything, and he's fully hydrated and kind of eaten. I was going to say eaten properly again, but he hasn't eaten properly for years. Like, I mean, he's living the dream, really. Like, he lives on little mini cupcakes and biscuits and cake and sweets and, you know, like, I can't wait to be that age and I can do that. And people will have to let me eat them because I won't eat anything else like him. So, yeah, he is good, and I will hopefully be able to do this going forward, as we don't say. And please keep your fingers crossed for us next Friday for the referendum. It is so hugely, enormously important for anyone in Ireland who can get pregnant. And, you know, I suppose I am very much concerned for, you know, the teenage girls who are too young to vote, but are watching this really, really anxiously, because if the no side win, we're not going to have an opportunity to change things again for a generation. But anyway, hopefully it'll be okay. Thank you for you were so nice to me when I tweeted that I wasn't able. Thank you so much for your ongoing kindness and loveliness. And if you look on my website, you will see where I will be around the Britons in the coming couple of weeks. So, adios, gracias, moi moi, kitos, and all my other languages. Goodbye and thank you, you're lovely.